Hey, boys and girls, it's Mr. Mac again. Module 5, Lesson 5. Today we are applying volume formulas. So, yesterday, or the last video that you guys watched, we were dealing with the base and the height of these. So, yeah, the base and the height we were working on yesterday, and we found the base and we multiplied it by the height. That is a volume formula. To find volume, you can multiply by the base times the height. We're also going to do today looking at the length times width times height for right rectangular prisms as well. Those are the two formulas that we're going to be using today. And magically, those formulas appeared right on the screen. It's incredible. I know. So when we look at an example like number 1, it says they want to buy the fish tank shown. It says, you know that the volume of the right rectangular prism can be expressed as the product of its length, width, and height. Write a formula to model the volume. So when you're talking about writing the formula, you just need to figure out what is the length, what is the width, what is the height. And they can be in different orders. It does not matter. With multiplication, you can obviously organize them in any way. It's not going to change your value. So don't be worried about, well, which one's the length or which one's the width. It really does not matter, guys. You have how long it is. So you could say 6. How wide it is could be potentially 13. The height usually is pretty obvious how tall it is. So it'd be times 8. All right, so to find that, you now are going to be multiplying them together. You can pick which way you want to multiply them to make it as easy as possible on you. I always try to do a single digit times a double digit in an example like this, so that whatever I get, I'm multiplying by a single digit again, which is a lot more of a strength for fifth graders as opposed to multiplying double digits by double digits. So then I would just say 13 times 6. I would do my normal multiplication. Okay, I'd have 18, and this would be a 78. Then I would take that 78 and multiply it by the last number that I have left, which is an 8. So 8 times 8 is 64. Put down my 4, carry my 6. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 6 is 62. So then there I would have 624 as my volume for this example, in which I just did length times width times height. Okay, when we move on to another example, okay, still another fish tank. All right, now they're talking about base times the height. Well, in the last lesson that we did, we knew to find the base, you were multiplying the length times the width. So for this example, our base would be, which is 7 times 12. Which, again, you're still kind of doing the same things that we did before, except it's just written a little bit differently. Okay, it gives you 84. So that's my base. Then I take my base and I multiply it by the height, which is 9. Okay, so again, like I said before, it's very similar to what we did before, but it's just another way that you can do it. So the volume of this right rectangular fish tank is 756, and since it's inches, it would be cubic inches. So you can say inches with the 3, or you can say just what I just said, cubic inches, just like that. Either way would be fine. Okay, so some of the other examples down here, it's just giving you the length, the width, and the height. Again, just make sure that you're multiplying all 3 numbers out. The order does not matter for these problems. The last thing that I do want to go over is some of the examples they're going to give you to solve, and it might give you 2 of the numbers, and it may not give you like the height or the length or the width, but they might also give you the volume. So we have to kind of use our critical thinking skills here to say, all right, well, I know that I have to multiply, like in this problem here, 7 times 4, and that gives me 28. I know that 28 times something is going to give me 168. Well, when you're trying to figure out the opposite, when you're trying to find out a missing number for multiplication, you do the opposite skill. So for this one, since we're not multiplying these 3 together, we would do 168 divided by 28 to see what our missing value would be. So we've done some skills like this before, where we are going to try and guess maybe a 5. All right, so that would be a 40. That would give me 14. I think I can get closer. So I'm going to do 28 times 6. Okay, bless you. That gives me 48. Put down my 8, carry my 4. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 4 is 16. All right, so then, yes, it goes in 6 times. and I have nothing left over. So it's very clear that my missing value here would be 6. And there's always a way you can check to see if that's correct by actually finding the volume, doing your length times your width times your height. So 7 times 4 is 28. And then I know that 28 times 6 is 168 right here. So my answer is a reasonable answer. So my missing value would be 6. Now for 17, it's the same idea. You have two numbers that are given. So you would multiply those and then see how many times that number can go into 360. And that would be your missing value. All right. Hopefully this helps you guys with today's lesson. Best of luck and talk to you soon.